Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liv Morgan is arguably one of the best female wrestlers on WWE's roster currently. Not only is she good in the ring, but she is also great on the mic and is extremely popular among fans. She was headed for a huge summer this year, with SummerSlam even taking place in her home state. However, an untimely injury disrupted all those plans. Morgan injured her shoulder in a match against Kairi Sane on an episode of WWE Raw in the middle of June and hasn't been seen since. Ex-WWE employee Vince Russo recently said that the former Women's World Champion could return to the promotion in a completely different role. On Legion of Raw on WrestleBinge, Russo spoke about how Morgan could be the general manager of WWE Raw in place of Adam Pearce. Scrap Iron has been getting frustrated with managing the Red brand of late, given the number of brawls breaking out every week. Pearce could ask Morgan to take over, according to Russo. Morgan was in the middle of a storyline with Dominic Mysterio and Roxanne Perez in the Judgment Day before she was injured. It seemed like the group was about to implode following Perez's arrival, as it created unrest among Liv, Dominic, and Raquel Rodriguez. However, we didn't get to see the complete story play out before Liv's injury. Liv Morgan has been one of the most charismatic and polarizing stars of WWE in recent years, and her absence from programming has left fans constantly speculating about her next move while wondering whether her return will come with a twist that nobody sees coming. The former SmackDown Women's Champion has built an incredibly loyal following through her underdog journey, edgy persona, and consistent reinvention. But after her injury-related setbacks and creative shifts behind the scenes, many have questioned whether WWE still has long-term plans for her. However, a recent exclusive conversation with a former WWE employee has sparked new discussions because the source believes Liv Morgan could make her return to the company in a brand new role that may change the trajectory of her career entirely. The ex-employee who spent years working behind the curtain within WWE revealed that Liv Morgan's appeal goes far beyond being just another wrestler on the roster. According to them, Morgan has always possessed the natural ability to connect with audiences, whether through promos, character work, or simply her unique energy inside the ring. The source explained that WWE has often debated how to maximize her potential, because despite not always being booked as a dominant champion, Morgan consistently finds herself trending on social media and drawing strong reactions during live events. They hinted that WWE may consider transitioning Morgan into a role that blends her in-ring performances with a stronger on-screen personality-driven narrative, something that could include managerial work leading a faction, or even moving into commentary at some point in the future. While WWE fans are accustomed to seeing Liv Morgan in high-risk matches and storylines filled with emotional payoffs, her next appearance may break that cycle in order to highlight her versatility. The ex-employee suggested that WWE executives have floated the idea of making her a centerpiece of a darker storyline, possibly aligning her with a controversial faction, or reimagining her as a manipulative figure who controls storylines from the background. This would be a major departure from her babyface underdog persona, but it could breathe fresh life into her career, especially as WWE continues experimenting with layered storytelling under Triple H's creative direction. It is worth noting that Morgan has already shown signs of being comfortable with different roles. During her run with Rhea Ripley as part of the Live for Brutality tag team, Morgan embraced a more aggressive and unhinged side of her character, which many fans felt was some of her best work to date. That partnership ended, but the blueprint remains as proof that she can thrive outside of the traditional smiling babyface role. Bringing her back in a new role that challenges the audience's perception of her could be exactly the kind of shock factor WWE likes to employ on the road to major pay-per-view events. Another possibility raised in this exclusive discussion is that Liv Morgan could serve as a bridge between the women's and men's divisions through a managerial or leadership role in a stable. WWE has a long history of wrestlers reinventing themselves by taking on managerial duties or leading factions from the forefront. Stars like Trish Stratus, Lita, and even more recently Zelina Vega have showcased how valuable a strong female leader can be within male-dominated storylines. If WWE were to take that approach with Liv Morgan, it would keep her on television even while she gradually returns to in-ring competition. And it could also position her as a long-term character who adds depth to multiple narratives across Raw and SmackDown. The former WWE employee also highlighted Morgan's strong fan base as a major reason for considering a unique return strategy. Liv Morgan has been one of the most followed WWE female stars on Instagram and Twitter, with her fans often creating viral moments around her promos, outfits, and even minor appearances. This level of organic popularity is rare in modern wrestling, and WWE is fully aware of the marketing potential that comes with it. By placing Morgan in a role that leans into her charisma and ability to command attention, the company could maximize her influence both inside and outside of the ring. Speculation about Liv Morgan's WWE future also ties into the broader direction of the women's division. With Rhea Ripley currently recovering from her own setback, and Becky Lynch's long-term future is still uncertain, WWE may be preparing to shift focus onto stars like Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Io Sakai. In that mix, Morgan returning in a completely new role would shake up the hierarchy and potentially create new rivalries. For example, a darker faction-led Morgan could feud with Belair's athletic dominance or Cargill's powerhouse persona, offering fans a clash of styles and characters that feels fresh. The ex-employee was careful to note that while no official plan has been confirmed, WWE tends to explore multiple creative pitches for returning stars, especially those with strong fan backing. Morgan's resilience and ability to adapt have made her a topic of conversation among creative minds for months, and as WWE looks ahead to major international shows like Clash in Paris and SummerSlam, a surprise return would be timed perfectly to generate headlines and ticket sales. From a business standpoint, the idea of Liv Morgan shifting into a new role also makes sense. WWE is constantly seeking ways to expand its storytelling and character depth, and Morgan's range provides exactly that. Beyond wrestling, she has proven marketable through mainstream appearances, fashion collaborations, and interviews that highlight her as a relatable figure for younger fans. Placing her into a more layered role could elevate not just her own career, but also the overall presentation of the women's division as WWE moves into its next era. Ultimately, the possibility of Liv Morgan returning to WWE in a new role remains speculative, but the insight from this former employee adds credibility to the ongoing fan discussions. Whether she emerges as a faction leader, a manager, a commentator, or even a heel mastermind, her next chapter in WWE could be the most impactful of her career. Fans who have waited months for her comeback may be rewarded with something entirely different from what they have seen before, and that unpredictability is exactly what has kept Liv Morgan one of the most intriguing names in WWE today. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.